So I just wanted to say, when I moved out in Indiana, I didn't have a whole lot of friends. Moved out here in 8th grade, and my first friend ever, and my best friend for the last 12 years. Anything better about him, honestly. It's been a pleasure, and I really enjoyed being his best friend all these years. And you know, and through him, I met all my other friends here too. It was pretty awesome. The first night I met Libby was quite funny too. It was actually right before I left to move out to Seattle. And Brian called me up and he said, "Man, I really need a wingman." And I said, "What? You've never needed a wingman before." He's like, "Well, there's this girl, and I really like her, and I don't think I can do it by myself." And you know, and I was like, "Okay, you know, I'm your best friend. You know, I have no problem with that." So I went out there and met Libby and met Allie and Katie as well. And I hope I sparked maybe part of the relationship, I don't know. And then, of course, after that I moved, and I didn't get to really see the relationship as it blossomed. But I just remember about 6 months later I called and asked him, I said, you know, "So how's the relationship with Libby going?" And he said, "Well, we're not even really dating yet." And I was like, "What? It's been 6 months." And I asked him, "So well, maybe you need to like send a dowry of 20 sheep to her father." I really didn't know what to say. And I was pretty excited for him. He called me back about probably a month later and told me him and Libby were officially dating, and he was really excited. So while I'm saddened to say that I was not able to see their relationship blossom as much as I'd like to, I know how much it was important to Brian, and I would hope the same thing for Libby. I know she's excited about it, and I'm happy to be part of this for them. So, congratulations, guys.
Alright, I'm not as good as Kyle, so I had to write it down. I'm also a humongous crier, so I'm really sorry. I believe it was Audrey Hepburn who said, "The happiest girls are the prettiest girls." Looking around this room tonight, it's easy to tell who the happiest and prettiest girl is here. It's my Libby. And honestly, we're all a little bit responsible for making her this happy and beautiful on her wedding day. The dress designer, because obviously that dress had to have been made for her, it's fantastic. Kirsty for doing the lovely hair and makeup of Libby. Sarah for somehow knowing that introducing Libby to her brother would be the best idea ever. Nikki for being one of her absolute best friends since 7th grade. Katie and Brandy for all of the fun trips and living together and laughter and memories that you've shared throughout the years. Allie for all of the time and fun spent with Libby making this wedding uniquely hers. And all of you out there, her friends and family and new family who have loved her forever, and especially for being here today to celebrate the beginning of her new life with Brian. Okay.
Hard, isn't it?
But honestly, no one here can take more credit for Libby looking so pretty and happy than me. But you really do make me happy. Libby, you are my absolute best friend. Oh, God. And I know I've moved so far away, and it's supposed to be hard to make long-distance relationships work, but for you and I, it never has been. It's easy. Whenever we talk, I know we don't get to talk as often as we'd like, but when we do, it's like I still live here. We laugh and we joke and we talk about boys, even if it is mostly Kyle and Brian these days. But anyway, you're so easy to love, and I love you so very much, and I'm so happy for you on this day. Okay, so on to the person who really does make you the happiest and prettiest start. Honestly, I knew you were the guy for her before you and I even met. She called me one night. It was like, oh, Belle, I almost told Brian I loved him last night. I said, well, would you have meant it if you really had? And she's like, I really would have, and that's scary. And that, my friends, is the very first time Libby has ever told me she loved a guy. So then, Brian convinced me even further before we'd even met. He wanted to get Libby flowers, and so he contacted me through Facebook, assuming that I would know, but I'm a terrible friend, so I didn't. So I managed to get her to tell me without raising any suspicion. I kind of tricked her. And so I told Brian, and Brian followed through. He got her the flowers, and she was like, oh, how did you? So it was fantastic. I've been cheering for you from the beginning. So when and I knew from that point on that Brian would always do whatever it took to make Libby smile and to make Libby happy. And I am absolutely positive that he is the man that will make her this pretty and this happy forever and ever. Amen.
Grab somebody.
I know, Mom. It's happy birthday.
They better come out.